Don't be afraid to be seen. And this is regardless of the lighting in the room. Everyone wants to look good, right? But why is it that we kind of only want that? You either want to look good or to be invisible. You had a bad day, so you don't want to talk to anyone. You don't even want to start a conversation. You don't even want to tell anyone that you don't want to talk because you don't want them to see that you had a bad day, broski. Bad news is a global experience. It happens to everyone. It's not everyone that can talk right now. And you would think that allowing yourself to be seen on a bad day is, this person wants to talk to me about this thing we usually talk about, but today I just found out that my cat ate chocolate, and yeah. But instead of hiding myself that day and not sticking around after class, not going to our usual hangout spot, I'll just go there anyway and be seen, right? And entertain this person regardless of how I'm truly feeling today, regardless of how tired I am today. Like, I'm just going to show up for them. Yeah, bro. Do you know what you're doing? You think you're being seen by them. You think you're putting yourself out there regardless of what happened to you. But no, what you're putting out there isn't you. You got bad news. You're tired. You want to go home. So you've hidden that version of you, the real one. And now you're currently parading as this neutral or happy version that's just completely fake, just to entertain someone else. Because you don't want them to see that something wrong can happen. But bro, that's the whole point. Like, showing up for people dishonestly is a lot more destructive than you think. You're killing yourself. And somehow those bad feelings that you're currently hiding whilst shoving your cheekbones up, and they're talking to you about Legos, they're going to intertwine with resentments that you currently feel for whatever news happened. They're going to intertwine with that news and the person. So you're slowly going to dislike this person, even if it's just for today or forever. If the more you keep hiding how you truly feel, what you truly want to do with the next 5 minutes or 5 hours of your life with people that you're talking to, the more you just dislike those people secretly. You could have just had a bad day, but now instead you just have a bad relationship in your life. You could have just gone to sleep, but now you're stressed constantly by this person. It's not right. Allow yourself to be seen regardless of the lighting. If it's not a good time to talk, just be like, bro, I can't lie. I need a couple hours, or let me hit you back. Some crazy stuff just happened. Now, instead of talking about Legos when you guys come back, that person has an opportunity to show how much they really care. You have an opportunity to find out how much they really care. And if they never speak to you again after that, bro, I guess you've just weeded the garden. You know? Like, it's okay to actually only have good friends. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to just have friends in general, bro. Because a lot of people that have friends in general are just living L's. You just have a bunch of connections. All of them are bad. You're getting poisoned. There's like 3 good ones and 9 bad ones. You're eventually going to die of air poisoning, compared to the guy who just has like 4 solid friends that he can genuinely say, yo, bro, I can't even lie, I'd rather sleep right now than to talk about Legos. No one has actually spoken to me about Legos recently, so don't even over deeper. And if you somehow have, like, don't even over deeper, bro. But I'm just saying, don't be afraid to be seen regardless of the lighting. If someone does something to you, this kind of connects to the previous drop about consequences. Being fully seen comprises of the gifts you bring, and also not the punishments, but the consequences that you bring as well. Punishments just sounds a bit tapped. So, yeah. Your friend can't see you when you're disappointed. You can't see you when you're sad. You're not allowing yourself to even be friends with this person. You're not allowing this person to be good to you. or be bad to you. So you're living in this limbo. And limbos always have stress, bro. The most stressful thing you can do is to try and like bend over backwards and walk under one line. That's what the limbo is, right? Cool. But the reason it's still a good game is because you don't have to do that forever. Once you make it past the line or don't make it past the line, you lie down, laugh and relax on your spine like a failure, or you get back up because you crossed it. Cool. But imagine you spent your entire life expecting this beam in front of you. You're just bent over backwards, bro. Torso fully engaged, heels shaking. You're trying to balance. That's how you're living in limbo state because you're afraid to show this person that you're really up right now to do something. You're afraid to show this person that you're really down right now to do something. Like, because you're just trying to cater to what they want right now. You're suffering. Eventually your spine is going to break and you'll never walk again. And who's going to face that consequence? Them? No, they're just going to think that you had a bad back, bro. And talk to someone else. Walk with someone else. You'll never be able to walk again. You understand? And I'm not obviously talking about physically walking. So don't be unwise. Okay? But yeah, that includes the warm and the cold. It's just part of normal life. Anyone that you're afraid to show that to is a source of opportunities to lie. And the more you lie in this life, bro, the more you lose yourself. The more you lose yourself. Because there's a level of lying. There's only so much you can do before you start to forget what the actual truth was. And then you're stuck in what? In between. Limbo. Spinal. You know what I'm saying? Little Mike Tyson. But yeah. Just protect your spine and literally allow yourself to be seen. Go home early. It's calm, bro. You're going through something. It's calm. Stop talking to this person. It's calm. If it's not working, it's not working. It's okay. It's best for the both of you. That just helps you respect yourself. So yeah, don't be afraid to be seen. Safe. Just adding on to don't be afraid to be seen. It's like, I can't always be funny. I can't always turn everything into a joke. I don't even want to turn some things into a joke. And sometimes when you've grown up and your bro was always the guy that's able to somehow turn this into a light-hearted scene, or you're somehow able to convert the dense energy into this free, like, well, bro, why would you say that? You know, you've always been that guy because you've used humor to cope or something like that. I don't know. But you then become afraid to not do that sometimes. So when a problem happens in your life and someone finds out or you tell them, you feel pressure to somehow make it into a joke. Even if it's not like, you don't want to trivialize the whole thing, but at least part of it, it has to end with a joke, right? Because that way, it's not that serious. It can't be that serious. Yes, it can, bro. Sometimes it's just harsh lighting. It's deep, bro. It's just... And it's the same way you can't always be sad. Sometimes, perhaps you've grown up to be the sad person. The person who's managed to just shit on everything. You know, it's like, okay, when it's time to make this less exciting, let's show it to this guy. Because some people find that funny, or some people appreciate that perspective. This was an extremely good movie. I wonder how this person would just defecate on it. You know, you might be the person that they're talking about there. But the more you do that, the more afraid you are to actually like something. You can't like anything. You can't even like food. The last 50 food reviews you gave are like, it's nice, but it's calm, but honestly, do you know what's going to happen one day, bro? Your mom, who you haven't spoken to in 6 years, is going to make something. You didn't know it was her, though. She's come to surprise you, so she's just like arranged it with the cafeteria. It's your mom's food. She gives it to you. And then your friend asks, like, yo, how you finding the food? And you like it so much, you can't even tell why. It's been so long because you've been living abroad. You like it so much, you can't tell why. You can't put your finger on it, but something is actually so good. And instead of being able to say, bro, this is nice, you're going to have a breakdown. You're going to be so confused in this very normal question of, bro, how was the food? You're going to get so stimulated, confused, conflicted. So you're just mud wrestling with yourself that you freeze. And now guess what you are, bro? Limboing, bro. Spinal. You see what I'm saying? All because you're afraid to just like something. You don't want to catch yourself on any of these ends of the spectrum, bro. And it sounds funny because I said limboing in the middle is what's dangerous, right? And then I just said you don't want to catch yourself on any of these ends. Do you know why it still makes sense? What I'm telling you is to not get caught and trapped in any of these ends, always disliking or always liking. You as an individual within mind, you should be able to navigate both of these ends whenever you feel like. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If it was funny, it was funny. If it's not funny, there's no joke. Bars. You understand? You can be stuck in the limbo. Yeah, with your spine about to blow up because you're in the middle. You cannot move. You can also be stuck at the top. Your spine is going to blow up again because you cannot move. You can be stuck at the bottom. Same thing. The limbo exists anywhere you cannot move from. If you're not allowed to move because you don't want to change the lighting, you don't want to change the angles that are casted on your face because they make you look like that Russian model. Like, you're stuck and you'll eventually break. You'll eventually break over time and ruin so many things that would have been simple pleasures of life. So you have to escape that by just not being so simple and straightforward. You're a human being. Human beings are complex. This is life. If something is funny, it is. If it's not a joking matter. You don't have to. That's not how to win. It's a sad way of winning, to trivialize the competition in the first place. The law of detachment. Obviously, I'm not saying that whole thing is doggy, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people, you engage with them, right? You engage with them. Like, I have a friend, very close friend. Bro, we argue so much. Like, at an Olympic level, bro, the match could just start from anywhere. We are going crazy with it, bro. We're just Marty Supreme in different points. When we actually reach the end of that argument, which really almost never happened until we had to change physical location, like it was time for lunch or something, or someone had to sleep. We didn't once say, "Oh, that was just stupid. I never really did it." Not really. We kind of fought till the end. We committed. A lot of people tried to win by not wanting to win anymore. It was just a joke. No, not really, bro. We would argue about things that weren't serious to us at all. We could argue about we could argue about like whose handwriting was best between the chipmunks in Alvin and the Chipmunk. We could argue about that and why. We could argue about why you think this guy's handwriting would be the best based on his build, his attitude, everything. That's how unserious the argument was. But we committed, bro. We genuinely would commit because there was no, you're dodging shame. Some people win. Some people are ashamed of winning. And this, people say you're afraid of what, this is a separate thing, but you're afraid of what you would become after you won. That's why you keep losing. You would never believe that, right? You'd be like, all these motivational speakers are so stupid because they actually think that I am afraid of changing my life and finally having everything I've ever wanted. They're so dumb. This is one of those weird points that you just say because it sounds deep, but low-key, it makes no sense. Then why is it that sometimes you can be correct after winning the argument or after giving the advice, after coming out on top in the debate, you begin to trivialize the things you said? You feel bad about it because you being correct means someone lost. That's one of the reasons why you don't really want to hold that win. You don't really want that. You think what you're doing is being a good person. That's not really sportsmanship, bro. It's not. You can respect someone's efforts, but still just know that you won. Like, come on, bro. You're just ruining your own moment for no reason. Because you're afraid of being the winner who caused someone else to lose, bro. Think about it, man. You can. And you won't always be every single day. The days that you are, own it. And just live life. Stop dying. Some people are afraid of being seen in good light. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Just Just don't do that. Don't do that. Allow yourself to skate through every emotion. But I didn't say let that control your actions 24/7. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because sometimes an opportunity is ahead of you, and by ahead I mean by 3 seconds. And randomly you feel a bit scared, and now you're going to say, no, bro, that is not really what I'm talking about. You're going to have to push through. But what I'm saying is allow yourself to feel and move regardless, right? The same way I'm telling you to allow yourself to feel ashamed of what you're about to say, but say it regardless. Not, I feel ashamed, I'm going to fully just heed and just run away. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But yeah, that actually concludes it now. This is so sad. I had to quickly add this one, so I'm going to edit. Yuck. But yeah, see ya.